It's always been inside of me.
Holy shit, thank you, I'm Ringtail. God, I guess I have to stop the, hello, everyone. I guess I have to, stop the countdown a bit early and get right into things so I don't bore you guys. Hello, I was not expecting this. Thank you so much. Hi, hi, thank you to, I'm Ringtail and welcome to the Raiders. Oh shit, I forgot to start the music. I'm a frazzled mess right now. I'm Arikado. I'm a gender fluid VTuber. I swap back and forth between using masculine and feminine models, obviously using the feminine one tonight. Tonight we're playing some Sly Cooper. The original Sly Cooper and the Thievius Raccoonus, because, you know, I figured why not. I'm joined tonight by my friends JKR and Tier Topast.
Hey guys. The funny thing is, I'm actually glad you're playing Sly Cooper because I was actually craving playing Sly Cooper.
It's on PS5 now, but I'm going to be playing a hack of the PS2 version that removes the, like, really bad motion blur that it has, because that makes me nauseous. Like, the PS5 version unfortunately still has the motion blur. I hope that they can fix that in a patch, because it really does not look good on modern displays. It's like, you know, it's not a problem exclusive to Sly Cooper. It's pretty much a lot of early to mid-gen PS2 games had, because they were meant to be seen on CRTs where that motion blur wouldn't be noticeable.
Yeah.
Also, hi Cloud Sato, were you responsible for this?
What do you want to bet they were?
I wouldn't be surprised if they were.
I just had a crazy idea.
Oh no.
Imagine if David Hayter did the voice.
No, oddly enough, interesting. For once we don't have you to blame. Alright, so
sorry, I just want to say one thing before we get to the game. The Waffle House, love your username.
I just saw that.
Oh yes,
God,
I love that name. Femboymon Gotta Catch 'Em All is also a god tier username. I've done a surprising amount of femboys in my community, so you'll be right at home.
I'm actually trying to lose some weight so I can actually be more of a femboy.
I would love to be a femboy if I could get in better shape.
I'm built like I am a football player femboy. I don't care what anyone says.
Also, just for all the newcomers, I will put the Discord link right there for you guys, so you can join if you like.
Yes, there's my Discord, and there's no like paywalls or anything to it. Just read the rules. I prefer only 18 plus people in there, not because of like anything sussy going on, but just because I don't like dealing with kids.
I have a question right now. Could you imagine David Hayter voicing Sly Cooper like, "Oh, Bentley, there's bottles floating."
That would be a really well, now that I think about it, he did voice Lupin once. If he wanted to use his Lupin voice for Sly Cooper, I could see that fitting.
Oh yeah,
yes.
Hayter was the voice of Lupin.
I forgot about that. Yeah, can we do a oh my god, okay, I feel like I'm
Kevin Miller voicing Solid Snake would be just as weird, but I could kind of see it working. I'm not too familiar with Kevin Miller's voice work outside of Sly Cooper, but I'm sure he's got the range for it.
So I'm marking these ideas down. I'm just going to be taking pictures, so I might disconnect if it happens. I'm putting this in one of my private servers, so I have this information. I might make this into videos for fun, for some small little memes.
Might need to turn the game volume up a bit, because I forgot Sly Cooper is a pretty quiet game.
Also, I love how the fact that this just starts, this whole game starts at 4:20 in the morning.
Oh my god, I never noticed that. They knew. They knew. He's got a new project? I am glad to hear that. So yeah, anyone that's familiar with Sly Cooper's PS2 version or the one they just released on PS4 and 5 should immediately notice how much of a difference this motion blur patch makes the image a lot better. Like otherwise you'd see a lot of ghosting between movement frames. Okami has a similar problem. That I have to play the PC version with a mod in order to play Okami these days. My brain just can't handle the motion blur like it used to.
Maxine! Maxine!
Yeah, Bentley's voice is one of the funnest voices to do.
Oh, it is.
There's the actor for John Marston. The only popular work of his is Red Dead 1 and 2. Similar thing with TJ Rotolo, the voice of Frank West from... not from Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog, as that sound clip would suggest, but from Dead Rising. The only other thing I know TJ Rotolo from, apart from Dead Rising, is he was in Devil May Cry 4. And he was in the direct-to-video B movie, Bigfoot vs. D.B. Cooper, where he played D.B. Cooper.
Hold on, weren't you also a fan? I can't remember the voice actor's name. The person that was the original voice actor for Ben Shigami.
Steve Kramer. He has a lot of credits, mostly on Lupin the Third.
I'm very bad. For people that don't know, I'm
and,
very bad.
He also did some voice work. He also did some voice work to Power Rangers.
Oh, I did not know that.
No, wait, that's Steve Kramer. Steve Kramer's the new voice actor. The old one was, oh god, why am I... Tony Oliver. There we go.
Okay, yeah.
Down the circle button and you should perform a super sneaky master thief move.
Who remembers when they announced that Sly Cooper movie that never came out?
I'm still mad about it. You stop.
I've heard of that.
Like the reason it didn't come out was because it was gonna be made by Rainmaker, and they also made the Ratchet and Clank movie, and that bombed at the box office. So they just preempted. Yes, you gotta get that in. Let me guess, for reminding you about that. I mean, seeing how their take on Ratchet and Clank turned out, I wouldn't be surprised if their plans for Sly Cooper weren't going to be very good either.
It would be funny if someone leaks the script and we find out to be amazing.
Yeah, they said it was gonna be an animated series after the movie was canceled, and then we never heard a peep about that ever again.
The last thing I remember was people wanted the Sly Cooper voice actor, but he's like, I don't want to do this. And people were actually like, harassing him. I think that was the last thing I heard. Or like, leave him alone. Which, yeah, leave him alone.
Like, in that, like, we only ever got that one trailer, and they had, I can't remember who it was. I want to say it was, why am I forgetting his name? Cheetor from Beast Wars.
Oh, I love Cheetor. I just feel like a furry right now.
Speaking of Cheetor,
I mean, this is
I have a Cheetor figure sitting right here with me because I was messing with him earlier.
In the basement, I have a Cheetor transformer from McDonald's.
Oh no!
Oh, nice. That's probably the basement. That's probably the Beast Machines one.
Yeah, I think that was it. I have to find it in the basement. But if I happen to find it and if I have any extras, I'll let you guys know.
Nice.
We tend to forget that Kevin Miller voiced Wade in the Tales franchise. I've never played a Tales game, even though I've owned Tales of Symphonia for over a decade now. I've just never played it.
I have Tales. I think
I've got the original GameCube version, which people swear by to this day is still the only legit way to play it.
Yeah.
And the reason I have it is because I borrowed it from a friend, and he just never asked for it back, so I forgot about it.
You red-handed.
Ah, Carmelita.
I love Carmelita Fox design. Like, I love her voice in part 3. Like, they nailed her voice in it.
Stone of India to its rightful owner.
Yeah, Carmelita's an interesting case where she got a new voice actress in every installment.
That bazooka really brings
And the best one was the last one. Like, that was the best voice overall.
Yeah, that one. Yeah,
You ought to try it.
yeah, the one in Thieves in Time was, oh god, why am I forgetting her name?
I'll
Very
look it up
prominent
real quick.
voice actress. Rita Lyle.
Okay, there we go. You got it. Yeah, she did an
Yeah, that was Rita Lyle.
amazing
But,
job.
like, I don't think that Carmelita's ever had a bad voice, but my least favorite one would be the one from Sly 2, because he just doesn't even bother with the accent.
Yeah. Hey, she's a powerful Latina. Let the accent flow.
Yeah,
It's actually
instead she just
funny.
sounds like generic McWhite lady.
What's funny is one of the girls I talked to, who is part Latin descent. When I was talking to her about, hey, like if I actually do get the pork belly on Wednesday,
Carmelita Fox this slip.
I'll make chicharrón, and she was like, chirp, my voice changed. She's like, wait a minute. Like, it comes in
Shadow
close,
Dragon,
but you guys-
hello!
With this, I could
Hey, Shadow Dragon.
and regain possession of
Hey, Shadow Dragon.
treasure.
So, I have like a very particular history with Sly Cooper, and it was as like the game I could never beat as a kid for reasons outside of my control.
Anyone who read it learned to be a specialist.
Like, part of it was that it was a rental. I never owned it as a kid. Okay, I'll have some coffee.
You rip off
Green
a master criminal,
tea.
you know you're a master thief.
I've had my coffee for
On the
today.
night I was supposed to
Yeah.
I'm too
More.
poor to afford coffee. I have negative 90 cents in my
But yes,
account.
my particular history with Sly Cooper is, and I still have the save file for it because I can't get rid of it, no matter how much I try. The save file corrupted itself at some point. So, like, I would have to start, even though I had a memory card, it would not save my data because the save file was corrupted and it wouldn't let me delete the corrupted data. So I had to start this game from the beginning every time I played it and try to beat it in one sitting. And then every time I would get to Clockwork's Lair, the final level, it would freeze.
Steal back the Thievius Raccoonus. I knew I was about to face the toughest test of my life. On this mission, I would either become a master.
For me, my first Sly Cooper game was the first one, obviously. And because of our friend in Bulgaria, I was able to experience the third game, being Thieves in Time. I've never played the second one. Like,
The second one is usually the one that people say is the best, to my knowledge. I'm not very active in the Sly Cooper fan community. I know that everyone hates the fourth one.
I think I'm in a minority of liking Thieves in Time.
I like the gameplay of Thieves in Time, but the story is dog shit.
Oh yeah, remember how we was joking around with with Steve Bloom doing the Japanese?
Oh yeah,
accent?
no god, that was one of my first streams back on my old accounts.
As a young man,
What? Yeah, I had one of my friends from college was in the room with me, just like co-commenting on the stream with me since he was over, and I was playing Thieves in Time, and we got to where Ryoichi Cooper is introduced, and he's like, "Dude, is that Steve Blum doing a racist Japanese accent?"
genius rose to new heights. The last reported sighting of this mad machinist.
I've
was off the
only
coast.
played a little bit of Lego.
A
This
small
game,
island
I think I played a demo over a friend's house. I think I have.
There have been so many Lego games over the years, but the only one I played is the original Lego Star Wars and
I think-
Lego Island and a bit of
Oh,
Lego
Lego
Rock
Island.
Raiders.
Lego Island was the piece of where it had the pizza delivery, right?
Yes, that had the
That's-
pizza
yeah, that's
delivery
the
in it.
Yeah, I missed that game. That game was goated.
I managed to get working on my Windows 11 machine so I could like either stream it or review it sometime. It takes a
please
lot
let
of
me be
setup
part of
because it's
that.
like it's Thank you for the follow, Waffle House.
I just spotted something that's going to
Yeah, I see a lot of people like my follower team. I'm a big fan of Long John Baldry's and Robotnik, and just Long John Baldry in general.
Yeah.
Yeah, the first time I beat Sly Cooper was on the HD collection.
But do not forget Sly.
So, yeah, well, going back to the Lego thing, I have a few of the Lego games. I just checked. I think all of them have remote play, so if you need one, let me know.
Okay.
I got you covered. Okay. Yuri Lowenthal is I think we can agree.
Yuri Lowenthal.
Seo.
Yuri Lowenthal as a 12th Century Knight was just too perfect casting because of how hammy he goes with it.
Yeah.
The more I have, the easier
But where's my?
to crack the code.
Didn't check my text, but my phone is like.
Facebook doesn't have the Sly Cooper rights. They just Facebook doesn't have the Sly Cooper rights because it's a Sony-owned IP, to my knowledge. It's just that Sucker Punch doesn't have interest in making a new Sly Cooper game, and where Facebook comes in is that they own Sanzaru, who made the 4th game, but that doesn't mean they own the Sly Cooper IP. Because Thieves in Time being made at all was a case of Sucker Punch and Sony allowing Sanzaru to make it after they impressed them with the HD collection. It's a similar case to how, to my knowledge, it's a similar case to how, even though I think it was, what's the name of the studio? Like Heavy Impact or Splash Damage or something? The ones that made the handheld Ratchet and Clank games and Jack and Daxter The Lost Frontier. They made those games, but that didn't mean that they transferred ownership of the IP over to them.
Yeah.
Also, if Facebook owned the rights to Sly Cooper, then Sony couldn't have, just flipped the switch and made Sly Cooper available on PS5.
Yeah.
One careless step and you'll be subjected to acute combustion.
You done whining? Let's go.
I'm just trying to keep you alive, partner. Fortunately for you, I launched these signal repeaters throughout Raleigh's fortress. Get close to one, and I can checkpoint your progress.
Nice.
One thing I think the sequels did better, apart from, really integrating the stealth into the gameplay, is they did a better job of showing that, Sly, Bentley, and Murray are best friends, whereas in this game, they're, really antagonistic towards each other. Or it's more so, Sly and Bentley are antagonistic towards each other a lot in this game, which is something they patch up story with too.
I'm back, but my favorite Yuri Lowenthal would be Haseo. You already know that's my favorite.
Agreed. It's from Haseo's at the very top, but at a very close second is his Peter Parker.
100%. There is no arguing.
That explains all the wrecked ships.
I must be joking mentally right now. Possible Yuri Lowenthal top 5 best
I'm gonna steal my
cast.
It's funny you guys should mention Yuri Lowenthal.
Oh, do you have a favorite role?
Well, aside from Ben 10.
I forgot about that. That was a good, yeah.
Yeah, he was Ben 10 for the sequel shows.
Yeah.
Dash Cat insert sex joke about Carmelita Fox. Yeah, I feel like, I'm not a furry, but I feel like Carmelita was a lot of people's furry awakening.
Oh my gosh, you actually... Remember before I said I could not remember what my awakening was? It was Carmelita.
Just jump and hit the circle button.
Got it.
Fuck.
But yeah, so in regards
Like,
to
I've
your
never
loan
been
call-
I've never been a particular, like, real big fan of Carmelita in terms of, like, waifuing her. I can see why people would. Like, from this generation of games, if it wasn't Rouge the Bat or someone from not Jak and Daxter, or someone from Ratchet and Clank, then it was probably Carmelita.
Let's see, but yeah, in
Ratchet
regards
and Clank is the reason I like Alien Girls, so there's that. I'm pretty sure Mass Effect was someone's awakening.
but
Mass
yeah,
Effect was a lot of people's awakening for aliens.
Yeah, like I said, for me it was Ratchet and Clank, the chick that gave you the trophy.
Oh yeah, the one with the
You-
inflatable booba.
Yeah.
let's see. But yeah,
And then they
so
brought her back in the remake. They brought her back in the movie tie-in game and didn't have her inflatable booba.
Yep. Yeah, Ratchet and Clank doesn't have that many female characters. You have Angela and the other chick.
Do we
that-
have Angela though?
Lion.
Because they like to pretend Angela doesn't exist.
We already know why. There's the other chick and the other chick. The lizard chick and the lion chick. I can't remember their names because it's been so long since I played them.
The lion chick from the third game, right?
Yeah.
Her name's Sasha.
Yeah, Sasha, and then from Crack of Time onward.
Yeah, that is Talwyn. Talwyn's her name.
Yeah, thank you. I remember Hydro Girl. She has like 2 lines in the entire game of Deadlock. Yeah, I remember her more.
And yeah, now we have Rivet for the more traditional furries.
Yep.
May I speak now?
Oh, there's also the chick from
Yes.
Nexus.
Let him speak here.
So in regards to Yuri Lowenthal, I'm actually he's going to be at the convention that I'm going to in August. And I'm actually getting his autograph for a friend. So if you guys want, I could be persuaded
Yes, please.
to get...
Maxine is the bigger Yuri fan, so
That's fair. I just want to make sure I put the offer out there.
I will entrust you with getting one of my copies of .hack GU autograph.
You got it.
the funny thing
But
is,
you have to
I
be very
remember-
careful with it because those are rare games that Kier bought me.
If you want, just send the case and make sure it's like,
Yeah, I'll just send the case because it has replacement cover art anyway. Because the copies, most of the copies I had didn't come with their cover art.
Yeah.
Which, like,
Yeah.
how did I get losing a game's case, but how do you keep the case and lose the art?
That blimp looks like
I mean,
don't know.
I've been, I've actually, I can attest to that. I'm actually guilty of that myself because a lot of my games growing up, I don't know why, just I opened the cases up and most of the time I always stole the art out of them for whatever reason and never put them back in. But then again, those were jewel cases back in the day.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm talking about like PS2 games onward, where the manual is not also the art.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Fair.
Yeah.
That I have no idea how that happened.
interesting. So when
I'm
do you
so
get to
proud
play
that I was able to find you those games.
Yeah, and you found them for a good price too.
Yeah, I'm just happy I was able to get them.
Yeah, I'm happy you did too. That saved me a lot of trouble. And this is before the HD remaster was even announced, so that was the only way to play it at the time.
almost like what, 10 years, I think.
Yeah, over 10 years ago now.
I still wish we had an HD collection for the original quadrilogy.
Yeah, but Bandai Namco asked to greenlight that since
Yeah.
they own the IP. I've been on that rant so many times, I'm gonna spare you guys this time.
I think we've both been on that rant. something fans want it, something turkey legs. I don't know.
Yeah.
He's trying to make it funny. It was 10 years ago. 10
Where
years
has
ago,
the
I
time
was
gone?
25.
Down the toilet. 10 years ago, I just turned 21.
Down the
And I
turret.
still hadn't had my first stray. Why? No, by this point I had had my first drink because it was at a convention. I had the worst beer that I've ever had. And I was like, okay, I guess I don't like beer then.
My first alcoholic drink, I was actually 5, and I think it was by accident.
Like, I'm by no means a beer aficionado, but to my knowledge, like, you usually start someone off for their first beer with, like, what is it, Natural Light?
My first legal drink, teenage drink was
Mine was Ice House beer, and that was just swill. I've had some decent beers, but I don't like the taste of beer in general. But I've had some that I can at least force myself to drink. Like, mainly Gross and Heineken.
The only beer I like is Corona. I don't like any other beer really. I prefer, like, hard liquor, wine. I know people are going to be like, "Here, you're an alcoholic." But my response to that is, only when I'm at home.
Honestly, personally, I don't drink either.
I prefer, I don't drink, I'm a social drinker. I only drink in, like, very specific settings. I don't get drunk. I limit myself, because I don't like the feeling of being drunk. And I don't get the appeal of getting drunk.
I only get drunk when I'm home. You know, I drink at home safe. I don't like drinking out in public. If I'm in public, I limit myself, like, super hard to, like, maximum 2 or 3.
Like, even when I go to bars, I don't usually get alcohol because I don't like to drink out in public unless it's like a family gathering.
Yeah. I haven't been to a bar once.
And I say that like I go to bars often. I don't. It's mostly diners for me.
Yeah, I've been to a few bars myself, but only for, like, if there's something there for me, like, say it's like an arcade or something like that. Because there is an arcade near my house.
Yeah, barcades are a different thing entirely. Because you're not going there to get drunk, you're going there to play the games.
Exactly, and even then, it's like when I go there, the most I will order, aside from a water, is maybe like an orange soda, and that's on occasion, anyway. I barely drink soda anymore, anyway.
Same here. I have a soda addiction, so I try to avoid it.
Yeah.
One more thing about this stage, you know what it reminds me of?
What?
Anchor's Cavern.
Yeah, I can see the Clanker's Cavern resemblance there. With all the almost steampunkish machinery.
Yeah. I was thinking mainly because of the spiral thing, the electric spiral area mainly.
Yeah, and also a lot of it being suspended over water.
Yeah.
Except in this case, you can't go in the water.
Not without
one thing I'm glad that they dropped from the Sly Cooper sequels is the whole, like, 1 hit point and you die unless you have a lucky charm thing, and like giving you a proper height meter. That was such a game changer.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, the only alcohol that I can say that I actually enjoy the taste of is, like, certain kinds of red wine. And occasionally like, I love champagne at New Year's.
Like, for me personally, in terms of drinks I do like sweet ones, which like Mike Harder, which is basically
I have a cute sweet tooth, which is probably why I like Moscato so much. I've only had it once, but it's my favorite that I've had.
Like a pink Moscato is really nice.
I don't know what kind of Moscato I had. It was just whatever the restaurant had.
Yeah. Like
I remember.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, I remember years ago. I think I was probably like 22 at the time. I actually walked into a bar, but only because it was Halloween night and they were doing a costume contest. Unfortunately, the contest was like past the time I needed to go to sleep, so I was like, yeah, they didn't communicate that well on the outside, so I was like, well, okay, I'm going home. So I never actually got a chance to compete, but, you know,
So you went. You brought your horizons. That's the important thing.
Well, I intended going in, but not to drink. Like I have had alcohol from time to time, but only like sips. I've had red wine. Don't like the taste of it. My oldest friend, actually from childhood, he suggested I try this like orange beer that he got from a Red Robin, and I was like, oh, okay, fine. I'll shut you up. I'll try it. I tasted it. I was like, it's okay, not my thing, but okay, cool. You know, glad you like it.
I missed a single. Sorry to interrupt you. I missed a single clue bottle, which means I'm gonna have to play this stage again from the beginning to get that last clue bottle.
Oh,
I've
shit.
been there. I think
It's the Crash Bandicoot thing of thankfully it's not like Crash Bandicoot like I was about to compare it to, where it's like, oh, you have to get all of them again. No, you just have to get the one. Imagine if it did play by Crash Rules.
Oh god.
It's like,
Oh no, wait, no, there it is.
Oh, that was a sneaky little. Oh no, I got it like Ed. That was a sneaky little bugger, wasn't it?
I believe I pieced this one together. Try 227.
227. Oh god, those 3 digits actually bring me back.
Thank you for the head pats.
Other loot things, but I need my head pats on each hand.
Fucking hell, I'll pat your damn head now. Stop joking.
No joke.
That's
227.
Sorry.
No, sorry. It's just no joke. 227 were actually the first 3 digits of my old house number before we swapped out to cell phones. Back when we had the landline.
But yeah, the roll is so useful throughout the entire game.
Yeah, especially for the speedrunning challenges that the game has, which thankfully on the HD remaster, the speedrunning challenges are completely optional. You don't need to do them to get the platinum. I found that out by accidentally platinuming it after marathoning the whole game in one sitting. Yeah.
Oh.
And getting, like, all you have to do is... Because I wasn't paying attention to what the trophies were for. So, like, I just beat the game, got all the Thievius Raccoonus pages, and then it's like, oh, I unlocked the platinum.
That's kind of what happened with me in Final Fantasy. I accidentally got, like, near the platinum. I just couldn't beat what's the name, and then, like, wait a minute. Looked at videos on how to do it. I'm like, wait, I platinumed it? What?
The only game I'd ever intentionally platinumed was Heavy Rain, because I was dedicated to completing all those oddly specific challenges it had for trophies.
I won 100% Final
And because
Fantasy
I was under
10.
the delusion that Heavy Rain was unironically good.
I won a 100% of Final Fantasy 10. The mini games are far worse in 10 than number 9. Like, I've never done the jump rope challenge in 9, and you have to do it, I think, twice. You have to do the hip haul racing thing, and I hear that's terrible. Number 10, the Choco. Oh my god. I'm getting, like, flashbacks of evil.
A remake of the first 3 games would be a great way to bring back Sly. Agreed. Imagine, assuming it was handed off to the right development team. Obviously, Sanzaru's out of the question because they were acquired by Facebook. But, like, imagine if they were handed off to, like, Blue Point to a remaster. Or not even remaster. What they're like, one and Blue Point and like I like to call what you remember them looking like remakes in remasters, where it's like
Yeah.
there's a ton of genuine under the hood improvements, but they're so dedicated to retaining the feel and look of the original while just making it look more
Toys for
up to
Bob,
modern
right?
standards, right? No, not like
Wait.
Toys for Bob. Toys for Bob, with Spyro, they completely overhauled the art style. I'm talking about Viewpoint did they did the Demon Souls remake that basically looks like the PS3 game running in 4K at 60 FPS. And they
Okay.
did the Shadow of the Colossus remake that you wouldn't know it was a remake unless someone told you.
Oh, okay. Dash Cat, I agree with you, but I will one up that with the 0-0, all straight 0 Chocobo racing. That's just evil. I'd rather do 200 lightning strikes than do that one again. You know, that's the ones I always
One of the
miss.
sneaky things this, I don't know how long it's gonna take me to beat this game, because it is pretty short, but, I've never, measured an average playthrough of it for me, because I don't go back and play Sly Cooper all that often for reasons I don't understand. But, I want to go ahead and say this game's kind of sneaky in that it doesn't let you get the 100% ending until you've beaten it, sort of Spyro style, where it's oh, you found the final vault and got all the clues to open the final vault before you fought the final boss. Well, it's in a mysterious ancient language that we're not able to translate until after we've beaten Clockwork. And that's actually pretty smart to keep you from sequence breaking too much.
Yeah. I've never gotten to 0 time on the Chocobo. PS2, PS3, or PS4. So it would be an interesting game to 100%. Meaning I will have to fight Penance, the Dark Aeons. Oh god, the Dark Aeons.
You know, I'd be up for streaming, you know how I'm doing a first timers stream of Final Fantasy VII? I'd be up for doing a first timer stream of Final Fantasy X as well, because I do have a little bit of history with that, but it was only a brief rental for me, so I didn't get to get very far in it. Final Fantasy X is not a game that you should rent, by the way.
Nope.
No.
Honestly, the only thing I would say, if you want to rent the game...
I say that renting games is much of a thing anymore these days, outside of if you sign up for GameFly, and who the fuck signs up for GameFly?
Right.
But back in the day where you could just go to your local video store and rent games, renting a Final Fantasy game is a mistake.
Not unless you don't know anything about Final Fantasy and you just want to kind of, test the waters, see how much you like it, and then be like, okay.
No, I'm not talking about in terms of mechanics or being too difficult to get into. I'm talking about it's so fucking long that you're not going to be able to beat it during one rental period.
No, obviously. But knowing that, the only time you can really say is a good time to actually rent it is if you're just trying to get a feel for the game. If you have no idea what it's about.
Well,
I was an idiot and played. I was an idiot and played the 10 series out of order. I started with 10 too, and I was like, "Why the fuck can't I understand anything?" Oh wait, it's because I started with the sequels.
I don't.
And genuinely, the only reason I started with 10 too is because I was 11, 12 years old, I think, and I saw, oh, it's a fantasy game about plot girls doing awesome things. And I had no idea that it had such complex lore to it.
Yeah, for me, I played a lot of games out of order, actually. Everyone like everyone played Spyro and Crash Bandicoot, all those games. They played them from like day one, from the first game. Not me. No, I played it from. I played both. Fucking Spyro the Dragon, Year of the Dragon. So I played 3 first on there, and then when it came to Crash Bandicoot, I played Warped first because that's what I got. I didn't know there were...
I played Riddle's Rage first for my first Spyro game.
I started, as far as Spyro goes, I started with Spyro 1 first. Because I remember the advertising blitz that game got, and I was like super into dragons and fantasy stuff at the time. So I was like, this looks so cool. I didn't even know what PlayStation was. I just knew I wanted it so I could play Spyro the Dragon. And lo and behold, I got it. I got it summer of 1999. I got the PlayStation. I didn't get Spyro until a bit later. Because my dad, you know, he knows what I like. He just doesn't know what... He doesn't know what video games to buy for his kids. Which I don't expect him to. It's not like he talks about that kind of stuff with his kids.
Right.
It's like, oh, I bought you a PlayStation and a Game Boy Color as a gift for, you know, going through the school year. And the first games on both of them, I know you've been saying you really want to play Spyro the Dragon and you really want to play Pokemon. So I got you Tarzan for both of them.
Honestly, I would have been like, you know, I personally, if I were your dad, if I were in that situation, I would have been like, look, I got you the consoles. I will let you choose what your first games will be. You'll get one game.
Well, he did end up doing that like a day later. He took me to go get some more games for the consoles, but they didn't have Spyro in stock, so I couldn't get Spyro then. Spyro was one that took a while for me to get a hold of. I had demos for it before I got it. And I played those demos like over and over.
Just reminded me of something.
What?
I had multiple demo discs that had different Spyro demos on them at different stages of completeness. And I still have them in my collection.
Nice. That's
That
dedication
nice.
right there. That's a collector's item right there. Because I don't really think they do demo discs anymore. If
No.
you know.
No, they don't do demo discs anymore. They just sometimes, if you're lucky, they'll put up a demo version before the game's released as a digital download, and it's like based. And like nowadays, they're more likely to do open betas than they are to do demos.
I was gonna say, what reminded me of the N64. I think I told you how I got my first game, right?
Oh, remind me, because you probably told me, but I can't remember.
So my late grandfather, and my late uncle. My uncle, I told you before, he's the one who got me into video games and anime. So we were told that we were going to get Peanut, which was one of his friend's little brother, their birthday gift, and I was going to get an N64 and didn't know what game to get. So they asked me what kind of game I want to get. I didn't think much of it. I was like, Wave Race. And they're like, what about Mario? Mario 64? Like, nah, Wave Race is the kind of game I don't want to play. Yeah, Wave Race was a good game, by the way. Very enjoyable.
But part of my story of getting my first game consoles, PlayStation and Game Boy Color, is my dad was dating this one woman at the time. Not the one that would end up becoming my stepmom, but just different lady. There's a whole like traumatic family story behind that I'm not gonna get into. Because that's airing dirty laundry that's long in the past. But she had a son, and for a while it looked like they were going to get married, so like they had moved in together, so he was sort of like an older brother to me. And as like part of that gift, he gave me his copy of Crash Bandicoot Warped. And that was my introduction to Crash Bandicoot. I only had those 2 games to play at first. I had Tarzan and Crash Bandicoot Warped.
Oh,
yeah.
And they didn't get me any memory cards with either of them, so Like, this was in the day where you didn't have hard drives built into your consoles to save your games automatically. You had to go out and buy a memory card. So, for the longest time, for like that first year of me owning a PlayStation, I had to start every game from the beginning every time I played it.
Yeah, Shadow Dragon, you unlocked the memory when I got my Sega Dreamcast. I used to play the heck out of Dead or Alive 2.
I remember my my exposure to I almost said Sonic. No, my exposure to Spyro was actually from my younger cousin, who sadly is no longer with us.
I'm sorry for your loss.
Yeah, it was still a freak accident and not something I really want to talk about on stream.
No problem.
But I do remember, like at one point in time, I was visiting my grandmother in Michigan, and my cousin decided to, my aunt decided to bring my cousins along. So, my younger cousin brought his little PS1 back in the day, and we were playing. Well, I say we. He was playing Spyro, and I don't know if it was like the demo or it was actually the original game, but he was playing Spyro 3 on the PS1, and I kept asking him, "Can I play it?" He's like, "Nope." But I was obsessed with wanting to play it myself, so eventually I bugged my mom and dad long enough, and they eventually bought me a small PS1, like one of those portable ones. And
the smaller model that they came out with later.
Yeah, with the
which is the only one it's the only one that was officially called a PS1.
Yeah. But yeah, I kept bugging my parents for one. But they, at first they kept saying no, but then eventually they caved and was like, one Christmas morning I walked downstairs and lo and behold, I see a PS1 and several PlayStation 1 games to play with.
Ari, sorry, you did miss something, I think, further back.
Let's see.
That's the
ball.
Okay, my bad. I thought it was something. Sorry to interrupt. This would have went Ari to, yeah.
No worries. But yeah, so I remember actually, my cousin, that was the thing with my younger cousin, he had a tendency to hog the console all the damn time. Even the last time I saw him, when I went to, because I was staying at my aunt's place in Michigan before I went to summer camp for a week. So I was up in Michigan for like 2 weeks, but yeah. So the first week goes by, and my cousin and I are just kind of, he's showing me Batman Arkham Asylum, and he's like, yeah, this is such a cool game. I was like, can I play it? He's like, in a little bit. Sure enough, his older brother, my other cousin, came in the room. He's like, would you please let him just play it? Yeah, that was the thing with my younger cousin.
Yeah, that's how that kid who was shaping up to be my older brother for a while was sort of like he and his friend would play lots of really cool looking PS1 and N64 games together, and I would just have to sit there and watch because I'm pretty sure they just didn't like me, which I don't blame them. I was an obnoxious kid. And look at me now, I'm an obnoxious adult.
Hey, but you're in good company, though.
Yes.
In your defense, you was left alone. I don't know, I can't think of shit. Someone to get you that shirt.
You joke about that, but I was left alone once. Dad sent us outside to play, so we went outside to play. And, they lived in a apartment complex at the time. And I didn't know the layout because, I was 5 years old.
Oh, yeah.
And they just fucking left me and expected me to find my way back home.
The fuck?
And they didn't get in trouble for it.
This is not the 1950s.
No, I'm not talking about my dad. I'm talking about the kid, the guy that was gonna be my older brother.
Oh, okay.
Yikes.
Yeah, that's a big no-no, and I swear I don't understand how the
kid
never got
as you can tell, I'm glad that he's not my brother. He was my shit brother.
Yeah, good, honestly. Good that he's not your brother. Not that he would have been a shit brother.
He would have been a brother made out of shit. Stop.
Oh, you guys. Honestly, I'm sure you know, Ari. If that ever happened, and we still, like, all three of us still met up, I'm pretty sure you would know that me and Kier probably kicked the snot out of that guy just for all the bullshit he put you through.
I mean, I could kick his ass probably by
Yeah.
myself. All right, thank you for the backup. And here's the thing, I am actually serious.
Hey, you know what they say? There's no kill like overkill.
Like,
Hey,
I took martial arts. I am already dangerous.
Here, you're good at like the physical stuff when it comes to that kind of stuff. Me, I'm more along the lines of psychological torment.
Dude, the stuff I want
Torment.
to say.
I have no idea how that came across on the voice changer.
The thing is,
I was trying to do the thing from Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged.
Oh.
Whenever Obelisk the Tormentor attacks, they go Torment.
Yeah, you were saying, Kier?
You don't know how messed up my mind actually is when it comes to psychological stuff.
You have no idea. The inner machinations of my mind are an enigma.
Yeah.
And then
Let's
it's
just say there's a lot of stuff I
a
don't
carton of
say.
milk falling over.
The thing is, you don't know.
That's
what's
still
in the
one of my
milk,
favorite
right?
gags from SpongeBob.
The thing about the milk, though, it was to make someone.
Honestly, the
cry
voice
over
changer
the
sounds
milk.
better. Yeah, I tinkered around with some settings. I tinkered around with some settings to try and make it sound a little bit more natural and also not ear-piercingly loud.
Yeah. Like I said last night.
There's still gotta be some quirks with it, just due to this being like a relatively new program. But you'll have to do for now.
Yeah, you just reminded me to.
Because voice mods voice changers sound a little bit too artificial for me, unless I'm trying to do something like Soundwave.
Yeah.
Oh,
I was able to do that transatlantic voice pretty well using the voice mod filtered through Ableton and use some of the Ableton mods on there, the vocal filters and such. I was able.
well,
to do
yeah,
a
but
pretty
I
good
don't
job
have
with that.
Ableton.
I know. I'm talking about for.
I don't have Ableton, and I can't do that live.
Yeah.
Once again, thank you to Cloud Sato for pointing me in the direction of this voice changer. It's been, unintended, a game changer.
You were so happy that you spontaneously combust with excitement.
Not the first time that's happened.
No!
If I had a nickel,
Yes,
I might be able to buy some gum.
in
Or
this
at least
economy,
get- or at least not be in the negatives. This is the slow-mo, right? No, next level.
This one features Dev Cooperindus slow motion jump.
Oh, it is.
no, this is Swamo.
Okay, yeah. This and the roll are really all I need. Oh, in a dive.
Yeah, most of the abilities you get from the vaults are like really too situational to use, but slow motion jumps is like a total game changer.
Yeah.
It breaks
Like,
the
I
game.
love-
You only need this and
Roll
like you said, the roll.
and the dive. I will admit I do use the dive.
Oh no, I didn't
know
mean
about-
to stir the time trail.
I don't know about you guys, but would you say that Sly here is hot stuff?
Go sit in the corner.
I'm not a furry, so no. I mean, you do you, JKR. I'm not gonna judge you.
You just had to totally joke around on me, didn't you?
Yes, because you set it up too perfectly. I couldn't resist.
And that was for Maxine.
But
Oh, so you want Maxine to get the credit, but you don't want me to go sit in the fucking corner. I see how it is.
Oh,
I mean, he's not. I mean, Son of Dragon says JKR is already in the corner. Technically,
That's
he isn't.
true.
Technically, I'm the one in the corner. He's in the middle.
We're all in the corner.
No one puts baby in a corner. I mean, I'm not really in a corner. I'm in the middle of a cubby type area. So
I
I'm
am
technically by
actually
two
basically
corners.
smack dab in the middle of smack dab in the center, horizontally, anyways, of this room.
Same. I'm technically between two corners, at least, I would say.
Lambs to the left of me, jokers to my right. Here I am, stuck in the middle with you.
Hey, Sly, you can adjust the game camera using
Hold on, I gotta change one setting so I can actually do this voice.
Oh no.
Using my amazing voice acting skills.
Mm-hmm.
What are you trying to do?
Yeah, that's what I'd like to know.
The cricket type thing. Let the
Oh. Oh. Oh,
That
you
sounds
want
more like Kazooie.
you want freaking... Here, if you want freaking crickets...
Yeah, I don't have my actual soundboard up because voice mod, you know, was acting up.
I mean, if you want crickets, I can do a cricket voice and see how mangled it gets through the voice changer. Is the first game only available on PS1? At the moment, yes. They're rolling out new PS2 games as part of the Classics Wine every month. And the two for this month were Sly Cooper 1 and Tomb Raider Legend.
Only one way to find out.
Oh, and Star Wars The Clone Wars, which is a big deal because Star Wars The Clone Wars has turned out to be like impossible to emulate everywhere except for here on on PS5. So like they're doing something that even like Dolphin and PCSX2 can't.
Ah. Oh, by the way, in case you're interested in knowing the Lego games I have, Worlds, the movie 1 and 2, Superheroes 1 and 2, Avengers, Jurassic World, Incredibles, DC Villains, and Ninjago movie. So there's still some I don't have.
I
but
only
I got
have Lego Star Wars 1 on the PS2.
you. I'm probably going to
They're releasing Lego Star Wars 2, Ghost Hunter, and Daxter this month. Okay,
Oh,
Daxter's a
nice.
big one for them to release because that's the last Jack and Daxter game that they haven't ported to PSN yet.
Nice.
Yeah, I never played that one. I played
actually-
1, 2,
It was a
and 3
PSP
only.
exclusive.
Daxter
It was a
actually
PS2
was
PSP exclusive. So,
Yeah.
and unlike The Lost Frontier, it didn't get a PS2 version.
Yeah, surprisingly enough,
the one that should have. Sorry.
Daxter actually was my introduction to Jack and Daxter. I played a little bit of Precursor Legacy like years prior, but I had no idea what it was, and I never even really got that far.
Still, you played more than I played of it.
I was really into Jack and Daxter as a kid. Like, I didn't get to play a lot of the, classic N64 platformers, but Jack and Daxter 1 was so obviously inspired by that I still feel like I got, a good enough taste of what that genre was like, even though they abandoned that gameplay style with starting with 2.
Yeah.
And I wasn't
So-
allowed to play Grand Theft Auto as a kid. So between Destroy All Humans and Jack 2 and 3, those were my Grand Theft Autos.
Yeah, my mom actually had a very strict rule. She's like, you can play any game you want as long as I approve it. And like one of the major games she would never approve was Grand Theft Auto because she was worried I was going to be like very. Because I mean, I can see why she would think this, but I was a very.
It's very much
susceptible
not
kid.
a game that should be played by kids, but it still is anyway.
Yeah, and she was just trying to make sure I didn't accidentally, get my hands on a game I wasn't supposed to have.
What the fuck?
Hey, Lulu!
Hey, Lulu. I keep doing the Waka voice every time.
But yeah, like every time we saw like a poster for Grand Theft Auto, for whatever version of Grand Theft Auto it was, 3, whatever, I don't know, don't care. It was just a case where my mom was like, yeah, I don't want you playing that. I was like, don't worry, I'm not going to play it. It's not really my kind of thing. But then years later, what is it? Saints Row the Third came to my attention. And
I thought I told you not to play that Grand Theft Auto. Wow, this is not Grand Theft Auto.
honestly, my mom didn't care at that point. I was already over the age that she was worried about me being susceptible to these games, so it was like, oh, okay, you're a grown adult now. You can make your own choices. I don't need to, look over your shoulder every 2 minutes. I was like, okay.
Have a
What's funny
summer.
was me.
Lulu says, have a summer cold, yay. I don't want a summer cold. Take it back. I want a refund. That's a shitty gift.
All I'm gonna say is, I remember. Oh, wow. Me and my friend went to Blockbuster. Keep in mind, we were like, I don't know, 10, 11.
I know you meant you have a summer cold. I was just, I was being facetious.
Ah, feel better, Lulu.
Well, why'd you get a summer cold for then, huh? What the hell?
Should
Why?
have got summer hot or summer warm.
Yeah, seriously, don't do that shit.
Lost my train of thought. I mean, what else is new, right?
Sorry. Oh god, all the antics.
I mean, that is an
I would dare to say that they border on shenanigans at this point. What's that line from Super Troopers? I swear to God, I'm going to pistol whip the next person who says shenanigans.
Oh god.
I don't know, Kier. Should we, should I say it or you should?
On the count of 3.
1,
1,
2,
2,
3.
3.
Shenanigans.
It.
Look at it's like, hey, fuck you. We're jumping over the rug.
I'm the traitor.
Yeah, the game doesn't let you cheat like that, I guess. Yeah, I figured Lulu would want to tune in for this one because I know, I don't know how I know, but somehow I knew that she liked Select Cooper.
I mean, the funny thing
And
is,
I know
right,
that she's
even
also
I-
hyped for, I know she's very hyped for Zenwa Zone Zero,
I'll say.
which she's also gotten me interested in by sharing her hyperfixation with me. It's a new game from the people that make Genshin Impact and Honkai Impact and Star Rail and all that.
Okay.
Has genuinely stellar animation in it.
With the help of a straight edge and compass, the answer was simple.
A straight edge of compass.
242.
Oh, I forgot about that one. Oh, we got an air quality.
And
alert in
it's
my
going to be
area.
it's going to be free to play, but you can pre-order it on PS5 at least for $10, and you get like a founder's pack.
Near breakable objects for some fast braking, fast collecting action.
All right, so yeah, we're gonna. It's gonna be. Ooh. Ew.
Yeah, it's the only game from those devs that's caught my eye because it actually looks like noticeably different from all the others.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like a Breath of the Wild clone. A Breath of the Wild clone for once. Looks like something somewhat original. More Devil May Cry-like, actually. From what I've seen.
Heat advisory and air quality alert in my area. The weather, temperature we have a heat wave from Tuesday going into Friday, and the thing is, they say it might get extended into the weekend. Cause it's just going to be in the 90s and low 80s.
I'll say fuck.
You do like Benny and the Ink Machine? Benny and the Ink Machine? That's a franchise I've seen name dropped in so many places, but I still don't know what the hell it is.
All I know is Bendy is like, remember that VTuber that's like.
All I know is like it's themed after like 1920s silent cartoons.
Yeah, that's all I know also. Apparently, it's like a horror game. I think I might be wrong.
In fairness to Honkai Railed as a turn-based RPG, did not know that. I would not have guessed that from the. I wouldn't have guessed that from any of the marketing.
I didn't know that. I'm gonna look that up. Because you already know.
To be fair, the marketing has not showcased any of the gameplay. Only the characters.
The girls. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. I was about to disagree with you. I was like, no, yeah, they know their audience. Except in Zenless Zone Zero, they're going after, they got some, beefy guys in there, too. Like,
oh. So they don't mean that.
Like, Lular's got one in particular that she's been, fixated on and making it my problem in a way plays. The beefy Wormjes Butler von Lycon.
I'm gonna have to take a look at that later.
Love my voice, thank you. I've been using this voice changer for the past couple Maxine streams. I've been really happy with it.
All my calculations led me to
It does a good job at capturing the inflections in my voice while not making it sound too artificial or like, you know, I don't know.
But yeah, Lulu, if you can do me a favor, after stream, tag me in a post with that character.
I can send you some of the stuff she sent me with like gameplay trailers for Von Lycon.
And I'll swipe whatever it takes to get shot out of that cannon and steal back my family's Thievius Raccoonus.
One of the things that I think a lot of people forget about Sly Cooper is in the initial marketing push for this game, they made it sound like the Thievius Raccoonus wasn't the thing you're trying to steal back from the Claw Gang. They made it sound like the Thievius Raccoonus is Sly Cooper.
Yeah, I agree with you on that.
At least in the American commercials, they always ended it by saying he's one devious Thievius Raccoonus.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, the marketing works.
Yeah.
Hey, Lulu agrees that Carmelita Fox is hot.
Hey, Lulu, I don't know your history with Sly Cooper, but do you have a favorite voice actress for Carmelita?
You don't have to name the voice actresses because there's been so many that I don't expect you to know all of them. But just like which game's Carmelita voice actress is your favorite?
Yeah.
To earn a treasure key, you'll need to collect all 40 chests. Do not let a crab take one into a tube.
Oh, they're not the same. Trust me on that.
Sly 2 for you, that's an interesting choice. A lot of people don't like the Sly 2 voice actors. voice actress for Carmelita because she doesn't do the Latina accent. Like 1, 3, and 4 all sound relatively similar. It's 2 that's the standout for not bothering with the accent. Like, she doesn't do a bad performance, she just doesn't sound like everyone else who's played Carmelita.
Hey, what was the frog's name again?
Sir Raleigh.
Yeah, Sir Raleigh has crabs.
Yes, he does. Crabs, they're stealing my junk. Wait. Congratulations, you committed genocide.
Me last dollar, me boy! Quick, SpongeBob, get me last dollar, me boy! I can't do this right now.
I can't do it right now because of the voice changer. But you did unintentionally do a good impression of the replacement Mr. Krabs voice actor they had for the video games.
Oh, thank you.
Crystal from Star Fox, yeah. I forgot
agree.
that when I was listing like people's potential furry awakenings. I know that Crystal is definitely one.
I like the outfit.
Like back in the days before social media, when everything was forum based, you would see so many people with like not safe for work Crystal avatars or like Crystal art in their forum signatures.
Oh, they would crop it to make it safe for work.
Yeah.
Like, I remember someone had a not safe for work Kazooie. I remember back in the day.
I hate that exists. I hate that not safe for work Kazooie exists. She's not even humanoid. She's a dude. I don't mean like, monster girl bird. I mean, she is a fucking bird.
Yeah, like ostrich-sized bird. I mean, there's also not safe for work Banjo, and that's just a bear in pants.
Banjo makes a bit more sense because at least he's, bipedal and has humanoid movements to him.
Yeah.
Kazooie, I don't see the appeal in that.
If anyone loses 2D, they're just going to go straight to jail. I don't make the rules, that's just the law.
I mean, even the, I'm pretty sure even the people that worked on Banjo-Kazooie would say that if you are attracted to what's her name again, 2D?
2D, yeah. You go into jail.
Then if you have any kind of like for 2D, then you've got shit taste.
You go straight to jail.
Because like everyone who's worked on Banjo-Kazooie has said that 2D is one of the few things they regret putting in that game because he has no character.
I think they wanted the 3E to kind of redeem 2D, I think, if I'm not mistaken, but that never came.
We don't really know what the plans for 3E were because it didn't get very far in development as far as we know. Like, the most we know is that, like... Well, don't forget Candy Kong. Okay, depends on which incarnation of Candy Kong. Because if you're like me and your introduction to Donkey Kong was the cartoon, then hell no.
Heck, even Donkey Kong Country...
That version of Candy Kong, they went out of their way to remove all the sex appeal from her.
She was like a yoga type girl.
But like Candy Kong in Donkey Kong 64. How did they get away with that and get an E rating?
I don't know. Very carefully, maybe? I don't know.
Oh yeah, and Tana they couldn't get away with because they were just straight up told do not include her in any future games. She's too sexualized because, like, she was directly her appearance was based on Pamela Anderson. And that's a name that I know a lot of people on my Twitch audience may be too young to know because he went around for the age of Pamela Anderson being considered the peak of sexy, which in retrospect was kind of it was a very mid-peak.
Yeah, I was part of that mid-peak because I'm old enough to remember. It was basically between her and Gemma Jameson.
Yeah. And both of them shared about the same amount of plastic in their bodies.
But now, because, you know, the microplastics, we all have about the same amount of plastic in their bodies. I know it's dark humor.
I mean, at least in the difference between Pamela Anderson and Jenna Jameson was like, Jenna Jameson was just straight up I'm trying to think of the term that I've heard people in the industry jokingly refer to themselves as in interviews, a mattress actress.
Yeah, that's one of them.
Whereas the only time Pamela ever did that was when her sex tape with her, at the time, husband got leaked online.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was a great redesign for Tanya. That was a great redesign.
Oh yeah, the Crash 4 redesign gets a lot of hate mostly for the hairstyle. But getting her, emphasizing the thighs and booty over the booba was a really brave and bold decision given Tana's history, and I approve it.
I like both. I like both versions of Tana. I like the original.
I like both versions of Tana as well, but I actually like, while I am more of a booba enjoyer than a booty enjoyer, I actually prefer the Crash 4 Tana's design, just for
I like her for the more
mostly actually not even for the body type, mostly for the face.
Jessica Rabbit, and then
you can't tell me that Jessica Rabbit's not a furry character though. She's a toon.
Yeah,
there's a difference.
Yeah. If you want to compare toon characters,
you can be a toon that is a furry. You can be a toon that is a furry, like everyone in Disney's Robin Hood. But like Jessica Rabbit doesn't count as a furry character because she does not have fur. She's not an animal. She's a humanoid character.
Yeah.
She's not bad. She's just drawn that way.
There's another character.
She does, but she does. Here's the thing: we don't know if she fucks a furry. We just know she plays patty cake with him.
Is this the other character that was supposed to capitalize on Jessica Rabbit as well? I can't think of her name.
Oh yeah, Hollywood.
Thank you.
Hollywood was her name. From Queenioid.
Yeah.
I actually saw Queenioid before I saw Roger Rabbit.
I've never actually seen that one, but I noticed is that the rivalry between them is actually quite fierce.
The difference between Jessica Rabbit and Hollywood is the villain.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Like, Jessica Rabbit is like, her whole thing is like, I'm not bad. I'm just drawn that way. Whereas Hollywood will straight up seduce you to ruin your life to further her own goals.
Okay. I know nothing about Hollywood, but that's interesting, actually.
Like, Queenioid has an interesting story to its development that's more interesting than the movie itself, because it was, in its early development stages, it was supposed to be more of a shooter thing, rather than a competitor to Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
So, well, all I'm really hearing is watch the movie, then watch the video under development. In that order.
Like it was directed by Ralph Bakshi, who's a legend in adult animation. Most famous for directing the first X-rated animated movie, Fritz the Cat.
I remember that. Saber Spark did a video on that.
Yeah, it like basically he pitched the studio a movie about a person who finds out that they're half human and half toon, and like horror stuff plays out from that. But then the studio basically stole his project away from him and forced him to rework it into a Roger Rabbit knockoff.
I forgot about Minerva Meek.
But more adult oriented, so they could still market it as being from the mind of Ralph Bakshi. So it's Roger Rabbit, but unrepentantly horny.
And I see nothing wrong with that. Yeah, I completely forgot
And
about
it's
Minerva
the only
Meek.
Brad Pitt movie that I've ever seen.
I'll be back.
Of course, the first X-Ray film is a furry movie. Yeah, because, the first X-rated animated movie was indeed a furry movie because, technically it was based on a comic series, but, the author of the original comic that was based on, Randall Quinn, hated the movie adaptation so much that after it came out, he killed off Fritz the Cat in the next Fritz the Cat comic.
Ah.
And I don't mean killed off as in I'm just ending the series to prevent more stories being told. No, the comic was Fritz getting murdered by an ex.
Oh.
He gets beaten to death with a crowbar, if I remember correctly. He did not want more people making movies based off of his work. Minerva Mink, yeah, that is an obscure choice because Minerva Mink didn't get to appear much in Animaniacs.
Yeah, I remember her design. I had to look it up. Slappy Squirrel was probably
she
my
didn't get to
favorite
appear much
character.
in. She didn't get to appear much in Animaniacs because she was too overtly sexual for the broadcast standards of the time.
Hello, nurse.
Yeah, they got away with Hello Nurse because she was a background character, but used as a gag, whereas Minerva Mink was supposed to be the star of her own series of shorts.
Yeah, my question is this: who is your favorite character on Animaniacs now? Because for me, it was Slappy Squirrel.
Slappy Squirrel. I'm trying to avoid the obvious answer of Pinky and the Brain, but Slappy Squirrel is amazing.
The Buttons and what's her name? Cindy?
Yeah, Buttons and that little girl. Yeah, that was great. My favorite one of those being the one where they go into the Wizard of Oz.
Oh god, I forgot about that.
Yeah, that one's great. They emerge in Oz and everything's in color now, and the little girl just turns to the screen and says, "Ooh, Technicolor."
Animated Goku is definitely a vibe.
You've beaten me.
I haven't seen a lot of Animaniacs because the only time I got to watch it was when it was getting reruns on Nickelodeon, and they omitted a lot of episodes from their rerun rotation.
Yeah, I saw
Tiny Toons I saw a lot more of.
I don't like the remake. It's just I'm so used to the older voices. I think. But I just couldn't get into it.
Yeah, it's weird that they didn't bring back it. It's weird that they didn't bring back any of the original voices when almost all of them are still actively voice acting stuff. And considering that they did bring back as many people as they could for Animaniacs.
Yeah, I've heard some of the voice. Look at me, bro. They're not bad. For me, the only one that really makes it hard for me.
Hot chick with gun bus and Thievius Yuckmouth. That headline.
Is
they knew what they were doing. They knew what they were doing.
Oh, 100% they knew.
There's a remake? Exactly. They haven't been marketing it. It's an HBO Max exclusive, I believe.
Yeah, I've heard Babs. Babs is the only one that really bothers me in terms of voice. It's deeper than what I'm used to.
Rather than basically what the new Tiny Toons is instead of being basically a sketch comedy show like the old one was, they're playing up the going to university to become a Looney Tune angle.
Yeah. But and again, like I said, I'm not
Since I'd been back in
clowning
the US.
on the new
Next
voice
up,
actors and actresses, but
notorious mugshot.
yeah, it's just not for me.
With a fiendish vibe. What he lacked in brains, he
I do wish further success for them. I love Mugshot's design.
It wasn't always that way.
Yeah, I love that mugshot got to come back in the third game.
A neighborhood weakling.
Yeah, he has a killer design.
Were usually found on the big screen. He was
Yeah, and it works really well into, like, when you see his backstory, that he was like a little wimpy kid that got beaten up, and they decided to bulk up.
working real hard to get there.
Yeah,
His dreams of great
he worked hard for it, and I respect that.
with enough
Bao's favorite husbando is Blade from Elden Ring. Yeah, I've heard.
he'd become a hard-boiled, street-brawling, tough-as-nails gangster, ensuring that he'd never be picked on or pushed around again.
Mugshot is such a likable character.
Yeah, especially once he gets a second shot in the third game. My favorite bit of that whole game is when you get into the insult competition against him.
Wasn't there also another character who you're helping like rescue their daughter who's also very likable?
Yeah, the Panda King.
Panicking, thank you. He's also another very likable character.
Yeah.
Like Sly Cooper has like there's so many characters that are so likable, you know?
Yeah, agreed.
Like Dimitri.
Oh,
Dude,
Dimitri's iconic.
Dimitri, oh my god, is just a doll. I would love to go to a disco with Dimitri.
And miss all the fun? Besides, I want to try out that new move I got from Raleigh's section
Oh,
of Thievius.
Panda King's playable also, okay.
Yeah, the whole plot of 3 is that you're building up your own new Cooper gang to break into the Cooper family vault.
Oh yeah, Among Thieves, that's
Yeah, Honor Among Thieves. And part of it involves recruiting old bosses from the previous games.
Surprise, bitch! Really care? I think I broke here.
Here, are you okay, ma'am? Do you require medical resistance? Honor Amogus. Honor among thieves, honor F among thieves. Honor off, I don't care. I want to be honored.
Honor among these nuts.
Oops, you broke it.
Also, Lulu, what was that video you sent me?
I think she might have sent it to you instead of here.
Yeah, I'm thinking that's what happened because I was legit
Is it
confused.
the Zenless Zone? Is it from Zenless Zone 0?
Let's see.
Oh, Lulu.
Yeah.
Does it involve a beefy werewolf butler man?
Yes, it does.
Then she sent that to you instead of to Q.
Oops.
Yeah, I hate what they did with Penelope in the 4th game.
Oh, agree.
Like,
I
yeah,
know about
so
it.
hey, transition to villainy. Or like her being a villain all along and just pretending to be good. That's such a bullshit retcon just for the sake of having a plot twist that doesn't factor into much.
If they wanted to run that route, have it be where basically she's threatened and she's doing it to protect Bentley and be open with it. Because that would make her so much more likable, you know? And it's in character.
Yeah, instead they took one of the most adorable characters from the third game and made her an outright bitch.
Yeah, you know what the funny thing is? We talked about this so many times, and you notice how my opinion has never changed in like 10 years about how they should have done it.
Yeah, because everyone universally agrees that it's the worst part of the game.
Yeah. I think Jake.
Like, I've not seen a single person defend that. Yeah, it was Kier that wanted it, not JKR.
Yeah, no, I was just legitimately
Yeah, I told you,
confused.
beefy werewolf butler man.
He also has the eye patch and Solid Snake. Oh God.
Solid Snake doesn't have the eye patch. That's Big Boss.
Oh, my bad.
Very easy mistake to make that a lot of professional gaming outlets still make to this day.
Yeah, I'm just over here like, holy shit, he's hot.
Lulu, I already forwarded him the link, so...
Oh my god, this is my fighting style in games.
Yeah, he's like all kicks.
Oh god.
He's literally someone who could kick your ass.
Hi, Billy Mays here.
Oh my god.
I bet Billy Mays could kick your ass.
It is the fighting game or RPG or?
It seems to be sort of like a Devil May Cry style character action game.
I only want Wolf Boy. Oh god, he's hot. I'm not a furry, but oh god.
He does have the solid eye in Metal Gear Solid 4. Yeah, but that's not really an eye patch for in the proper sense. Like,
So far up yours right now, you'll have to remove it with surgery, guaranteed. But I'm not done yet. I want your truck to look really
Oh no, he's hot.
I'll put a giant hole in your windshield with this hammer in one easy motion. And I'm gonna cut your spray button. Why? Because of you, that's what.
but like, why say that people get Big Boss and Solid Snake confused in professional gaming outlets? Like, you could make a drinking game out of like, hey, there's been an announcement related specifically to Solid Snake. Drink every time you see a headline where the header image is a picture of Big Boss.
Hello.
Hello. I'm probably gonna pronounce this wrong. Thievius? Gigatus? Let me know how I did, because
I think it's Gigavus, but that's just me. Let's find out.
I was probably thinking it wrong. I was afraid to say it. Like, yeah, I'm only good, but I'm bad right now. Like, I would be like...
have I been? I have been pretty tired. I've been pretty tired lately. But today I had a good amount of energy as we've only been live for less than 2 hours. It feels like longer.
It does. Ooh. You got double squished.
Wait a second.
Yes, I am playing a classic, and I'm playing the original PS2 version with a patch that removes the motion blur.
Oh, the RPG. Not complaining. But still,
Yes? What is it, JKR?
Oh, I'm just noticing that Gigavus here has been a follower since 2022. So I'm trying to figure out. I was like,
I am. My guess is I haven't seen them in here lately, so my guess is either just haven't been able to make it to my streams lately, or maybe a lurker. Doesn't really matter to me. Whether you lurk or not, I encourage lurking. If you're not one to chat it up.
Yeah.
Whatever makes you comfortable. I don't give preferential treatment depending on. Motion blur is such a trash thing. Like, the reason this game had such heavy, like, if you play this on PS5, you will immediately notice the heavy motion blur with every single movement in the game. And a lot of PS tier games had that, because when displayed on a CRT TV, like it was supposed to be back in the day, you wouldn't see that motion blur, and it would help mask frame rate drops. The effect of using this patch is that it's a lot more noticeable when the frame rate drops every now and then. But it does result in a much cleaner picture, and more importantly for me, doesn't make me nauseous to play. Yeah, okay, I'll hydrate. Hydration achieved.
Also, because you've been playing for.
Like, if you. Okay, I'll stretch. Oh god, so many redeems at once. Didn't this also look a lot different in the HD collection too? Yeah, part of what they did for the HD collection was they got rid of the motion blur.
So I'm gonna BRB because I forgot to put the chicken in the oven, so I still need to season that up real quick.
Oops.
I will.
Oh yes, please do.
It's Troy!
The Looney Tunes film.
Yeah, they did. Like, I know that a lot of people like to compare the older Crash Bandicoot games to Looney Tunes for inspiration. I'd say that Sly Cooper's a lot more apparent to its Looney Tunes inspiration, or at least the first game is.
Yeah.
You don't notice motion. You will notice on the PS5 version at the very least. PS5 and PS4, because it's basically the same version across two different platforms. Just one runs in 4K. Because the motion blur covers the whole screen.
I'm just gonna say, if your eyes are at least 180 or around that, because I had it, I didn't notice it. That's because my eyes are really that bad. Like, I'm a little bit more than halfway of being legally blind.
Oof.
Yeah,
I guess you could say you're already halfway there. Halfway there. Halfway there.
I will fight you both.
I mean, what did I do? What did I do? I didn't even say anything yet.
Calm down, Eustace. What did I do?
I didn't do anything yet. That's the messed up part. It's like he knows exactly what I'm about to.
Yeah, I knew you were saying something. That's why I was preemptive. I have the preemptive strike materia equipped right now.
I was going to say that I have 20/20 vision, but then again, you know.
Are you halfway to being legally? Are you halfway to being legally blonde? I am blonde in real life. Dirty blonde though, so it's got a lot of brownish hues to it.
Yeah, I mean, I got 20/20 vision. Oh, hey, the pandemic.
Boo!
Yes, I know that was bad.
Get a job!
You know, I would love to. I would love to, but nobody hiring right now.
Talking about, I know, I'm. You're preaching to the choir. That was a thick accent. Ooh.
That was a dummy thick accent.
You're preaching to the choir.
That wasn't just a fake accent. That was an accent so thick that the clapping of its ass cheeks keep alerting the guards.
Yeah. But yeah, I know I mentioned earlier, so I was gonna do application for the TSA. I'm going to do that
Yeah?
next week because I want to get a haircut before. Because I mean, 5.5 years.
Oh yeah,
experience
good
already.
idea.
Yeah, 5.5 years experience with security is good,
Yeah.
and they're a little more laid back, and I don't need to. I have people working with me, so if bullshit happens, it can get caught immediately. You know. I also
I've got to
talked
find
to
this
one of the
one
guys,
last goddamn bottle.
Port Authority Police. I was talking to one of the guys there. They're not hiring.
I was wondering what you meant when you said that in that message you sent me because
the PAPD?
no, because autocorrect your phone autocorrected it to Potty Authority.
Hello? What the fuck?
What?
God, oh God. But yeah, Port Authority.
Are we sure it's not the Potty Authority?
No, I already took a piss.
No, that's the TSA. If we're going by self-count, please.
Not for here. Port Authority and TSA are two different things. TSA in my area would be
Said no. I was joking about there's an old South Park episode from back when there was all those TSA controversies going on, where the TSA in South Park was like the toilet safety agency.
Oh, okay. I forgot about that. The thing is, people do mix them up though, the TSA and the Port Authority, because there are times where they will work together, but Port Authority have their own police division. So it's almost like its own city, but we still follow the same laws that you would follow for both New Jersey and for New York. You're following both their laws depending on where your jurisdiction's at. Right. It's like a 25-week course if my application gets submitted and everything and approved. So something to look forward to, hopefully.
Good luck.
If you get accepted into that, does that mean that we can start calling you Officer Kier?
I mean, I'm technically a security guard. I can technically still be called Officer Kier or Officer Topaz. It's not wrong. I technically do work with cops.
Kier is technically correct. The best kind of correct.
Yeah, it was actually funny if I actually end up getting any of the PD positions. If
There's the clue bottle. Yeah.
I know my cop buddy is going to be super happy because he wants me. They all want me. There's at least 3 or 4 guys that want me to join the force. They either say you're either going to join the force or before you retire, you're going to make that restaurant so we can get some food.
Press the circle to enter the vault code.
Sit down.
Higher mathematics and voila! Dial in 314.
I was. Hi.
A little bit of arcane sorcery and virginal sacrifice, and I got the code.
Outstanding! You've uncovered
With a string, a megaphone, and the code, I got the code.
With a squirrel, some string, and a megaphone, I constructed this megaphone.
The funny thing about the mine, it's actually really good against those enemies that belly flop. Let them run to you, and, kamikaze themselves.
I still need to get the bit from Beshpints where that guy claps over and over again as a, some sort of alert. I'm not sure for what yet.
Probably for whenever one of us tells a horrible joke.
It would just be playing constantly non-stop then.
Yeah, true. But Kier, are you going to season that chicken and put it in the oven?
Oh shit, I forgot.
Go do the thing.
I'm a VTuber. Remember, I forget to eat.
Go.
We're VTubers.
Do it.
Me and
Do it
Kira are
right.
VTubers. Remember, no matter how many of us are present, there's only one brain cell in the room.
Yeah, and that brain cell's me
And
right now.
We're VTubers. What's math?
Nobody said there'd be mass. I blame our squeeze.
But yes, Kier, go.
Yeah,
Do a crime.
the question is, obviously I'm going to be using salt, pepper, onion powder, and garlic powder. But I did one time use Old Bay seasoning.
Oh.
I put it
Old
on the
Bay is a
grill
good
and
one
it
to
was-
go with.
Yeah, I put it on the grill and it was actually really, really good. I still have some charcoal. I got the seasoning in the backyard.
Bulldog. It seems only
Should I do that again? Like put it on the grill?
giant fire hydrant.
Since the
A
grill
little late to be
already
grilling,
clean.
isn't it?
Now you just need to find a way to break
That's
into
true.
the building's
Well,
basement.
I've actually I smoked that pork that was bad that I didn't know was bad at like 3 in the morning. So
I mean, okay, your funeral.
it's
No.
the country in me.
Hey, go ahead, do it, dude. Do it. Do it.
The thing is, I still don't feel like going outside. Remember, I'm a VTuber. I'm not wearing pants.
Okay, Professor Oak.
Answer for squares.
Okay, Professor Oak.
Oh.
Okay, why they give Sly such a sexy ass voice? Because they knew who their peripheral audience was going to be. You can tell from the kind of voice they gave Sly and how they outwardly acknowledge that everyone thinks Carmelita is hot. They knew exactly who was gonna latch onto this series, and they catered directly to them.
Yeah. Everyone's voice is just so spot on, also. You know what I've liked? I enjoy watching this sequence break of the various Sly games.
One of my favorite Let's Plays I've ever seen is Jaffe's Let's Play and Break Spyro series, where he goes through the PS1 Spyro games and Enter the Dragonfly, and exploits all the glitches that he can't. I showed you that years ago.
Yeah.
Like he does like, a regular playthrough of the level to show how it's supposed to be played, and then he also does like a glitch run to show just how held together by string and hope the PS1 Spyro games are.
I was gonna say the one I watched was
So what do I
this
do?
guy does different challenges. Like, can you beat Spyro without jumping or whatever? Right? I think he did Sly Cooper without collecting
My
coins
best.
or the clue. I don't remember. It's been a minute, but that was one of the videos where he like sequence break the fuck out of Sly Cooper. It was actually kind of fun.
Also, can we talk about how Murray got a massive glow up starring with Sly 2? In this game, they play him as like the comedy coward character. Didn't mean to alliterate there, but oh well. Whereas in Sly 2 onwards, he's the Murray.
Yeah. So let me put some pants on so I can. Actually, I got a skirt over here. I can just throw that on. So, yeah, I can put a skirt on and call it a fucking day. I mean, it's gonna be hot enough for skirts. The skirts are actually gonna be the better way to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be right back. I'm gonna mute myself.
Go. Do a crime.
No, I will not do a crime. I will do a.
Be gay and do crime. It is Pride Month after all.
Oh, okay, Dash Cat. I didn't even read anything you put. All I saw was massive cock, and went yes, please. Oh god.
I mean, we can tell that Murray doesn't have a massive cock because he goes around pantsless all the time.
Oh god.
But keep in mind, it's not size that matters, it's what you do with it. Or at least that's what people keep telling me.
I've heard it was the girth. Deciding the girth.
So you're saying he's got a chode?
He is hard-headed. All right, that was bad. I'm for real. I'm muting myself. I'm gonna go light the grill real quick.
Don't talk about it. Just do it.
No, actually, I take it back. I'm going to get chicken again on Wednesday. I'll do it Wednesday because I'm gonna be working in the yard Wednesday.
Okay.
So this way, not only will I have chicken, I'm going to get myself some pork belly, so I can do the chicharron.
Nice. Hey, you don't have to put on pants, so.
Yes, that's the big thing. I don't want to wear pants. I'll wear pants tomorrow and the next day. So yeah, BRB.
Yeah.
Also, before I go, it lets me come back faster. Now I'm muting.
Come on, Lenny, break stuff. Let me get Limp Bizkit in here and break stuff.
Hey, Ari, I've got a joke.
Nice job getting in.
Yeah?
Look out for those guards.
Okay,
Mugshot
what is the difference between a school bus and a cactus?
What?
On a cactus, all the little pricks are on the outside.
Oh.
Oh, guys. Eyes.
So, fun fact about Sly 3, that a lot of people who weren't around for the original release of Sly 3 didn't know, is it originally shipped with 3D glasses. Because there were certain sections of the game that would play in 3D. And, later re-releases didn't include the glasses, and then, the HD version cut out the 3D effect entirely and removed mentions of it. There's one other PlayStation game I can think of where they included 3D glasses for a very obscure purpose, and that is Metal Gear Acid 2 for the PSP. Yes, 3D glasses for a PSP game.
Weird, but okay.
The way it was set up is that was like a whole 3D scope that you would slide the PSP into and then look at it through the lenses to get the 3D effect. And most of the stuff that was included with Metal Gear Acid that was 3D was like 3D videos of like half-naked Japanese women.
Ow. Is that all it was? Huh.
Yes. Didn't Sly 4 also have 3D stuff? It was 3D, it had a 3D mode because 3D TVs were somewhat popular at the time. I say somewhat because I didn't know anyone who had one. Like,
Yeah,
it feels
no,
like a thing that the industry wanted people to think was popular, even though nobody gave a shit about them. So there's a handful of PS3 games from around that era. that had 3D support, but it's not for like specific gameplay benefits. It's just like, oh, you can play it on 3D capable TV and get a depth of effect to it. Sonic Generations also had that. And so did Batman Arkham Asylum.
Yeah, that's a stupid fucking gimmick and everyone knows it.
The funny thing, like, the only person I've seen document the 3D games, the 3D compatible games on PS2 is Scott the Woz. And based on his experience with Sonic Generations in 3D, they actually fucked up the 3D, so stuff that's in the foreground looks like it's in the background. It's stuff that should be in the background looks like it's in the foreground. But, you know, leave it to Sonic Team to fuck up 3D. Yeah. I wonder if they still they don't manufacture 3D TVs anymore, but they're easy to find secondhand.
Yeah.
Like the part of the problem with 3D TVs versus like the 3D experience you got at the movie theater is that you had to charge the glasses.
Oh, fuck that shit.
Like the glasses had inbuilt batteries. And you couldn't just use any 3D glasses. They had to be the ones included with the TV.
Cheap.
And also 3D TVs were a waste of an investment because guess what? No TV show is going to be in 3D.
Nope.
Like there were 3D Blu-ray movies, but you had to get a 3D compatible Blu-ray player to play 3D Blu-ray movies. So that was an extra investment no one was willing to make.
Yeah. Plus, it's like honestly the only thing I could think of wanting a 3D TV for and not wanting to get the a simple pair of cheap 3D glasses would be like you get fucking what was that movie? Spy Kids 3D.
That movie, I saw that movie in theaters and they gave you the cheap 3D glasses with that. Because it was before Avatar popularized the stereoscopic 3D glasses.
Yeah, I remember.
So instead it was anaglyphic, the red and blue ones.
Yeah, I remember those. I never saw the movie in theaters. I saw 2 in theaters, but I never saw 3 in theaters. I actually had to rent 3 in order to see it, and of course it did not come because it was a rental. Didn't come with the 3D glasses, so my family just kind of made our own makeshift 3D glasses, and it worked to a point.
If you want to see a 3D movie where it's funnier to watch it in 2D, watch Friday the 13th Part 3. Because that one was made for 3D. And only, I think, one home media release was actually viewable in 3D. So if you just watch it without the included 3D glasses, you get an eyeball shooting at the screen. Or like someone doing tricks with a yo-yo where it's going directly at the camera. And it just looks backward without the 3D. That makes it funny.
I've seen a lot of movies that Stenguly shows from time to time. And sometimes they're supposed to be 3D. Now, of course, he knows he can't really... sometimes they actually send him a print that is actually 3D. Or they just put, on the print, they put a 3D option. So he's like, just for the sake of, showing you guys what you might expect if you were here watching the movie in a theater back in the day, then here's a 3D gimmick that they did. Other than that, it's not really worth the time.
Speaking of pointless 3D gimmicks, there's this excellent docu-series on YouTube by Kyoto Video called The Merry History of Looney Tunes. And it turns out that, in the early 1950s, the Warner Brothers Animation Studio was shuttered for the first time because Jack Warner had this brilliant idea that the future of entertainment was going to be 3D movies.
Oh, boy.
In the 1950s.
Just hold down the triangle button.
Yeah, I remember when.
And like he mandated that the Warner Brothers animation team make 3D Looney Tunes shorts. And obviously that would be a nightmare to do in traditional hand-drawn animation. So they complied, and the only thing that was 3D was the Warner Brothers intro.
You'll have to jump in the other direction to try to
I'm back.
green section.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Welcome back.
So I did the smart thing.
Oh.
I basically cause I'm going to be working out in the gym tomorrow, so I did the smart thing and basically started cooking one piece of chicken. So I got the other piece for tomorrow as part of my protein.
Nice.
Also, Maxine, out of curiosity, if you were to do one of the Lego games, which one would you want to do? Like Lego Star Wars or Pirates of the Caribbean or something?
It would have to be one of the early Lego Star Wars games from when they like pantomimed all the cutscenes instead of having voice acting. Because I think that's peak Lego game.
Yeah, I was gonna say because on Steam they have the Lego the 1 through 6 collection for $20. But I think that's the one with the voice. I'm not too sure.
If it's the Skywalker Saga one, then they added voices into those. But if it's the complete saga, then that's just a mashup of Lego Star Wars 1 and 2, so it doesn't have voice acting. But I think it was funnier when it was all pantomimed and had no voice acting, because they had to do all of these famous lines of dialogue without being able to speak. Like, if you've ever seen how they did the Empire Strikes Back, I Am Your Father scene without dialogue in Lego Star Wars 2, it's great.
Hurry, what's going on down there?
I was gonna actually remember. I was gonna mention this earlier, but I couldn't get it through because stuff. I actually lost track of what I was saying anyway. But yeah, so I actually come to think of it, I only really have 2 Lego games in my possession. I don't know if you would consider one of these as a game. Actually 3. You think about it, but again, not sure if you consider it a game. I had Lego Movie Maker. That was one of the things I had.
That's more of a activity studio thing, or like entertainment software. Like, not necessarily a game, but yeah, I get what you mean.
Yeah. But the other 2 were both Bionicle. One was the first was the Bionicle game that was based off the Mask of Light, and then the other one was, I think, more in the style of a traditional Lego game, where there was like little to no voice acting. It was like all the characters you were fighting just made grunts. There were like a few characters, like maybe like one character actually ever spoke. But even then, it was like, it didn't follow any particular. It didn't really follow the storyline of the year that it came out. It was like, oh hey, we're here. You do some things, and you're like, do some shit. It was a lot of fun, but it was.
Are you going to tell us what the game was?
I said it was about Bionicle.
Okay.
Specifically Bionicle Heroes. Yes.
Okay,
you said you didn't say there were 2 different Bionicle games. You said the one based on the Mask of Light, and then you went on about this and never said the title.
Oh shit! Sorry.
I've done it before, so don't worry. You know I've done it before, so don't worry.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was like a complete saga. That's $20.
Complete. I don't have $20.
No, I was saying like when if I were to get it, I got you.
Yeah, definitely.
As remote play.
Definitely, because I've been wanting to pick up the complete saga. It's just I've been wanting to pick up the complete saga on at least one platform.
Yeah.
And if it's like, you said it's on Steam, right?
Yes.
You said this is on
$20.
Steam, right?
Yeah, I got you.
Then we can use Remote Play together to play it.
Okay. Like I said, if anything, I do want to do a review on it later on as well, so it'd be kind of fun to do that. Just gotta figure out.
Have a good night, Gascat. I have lost this race.
Well, shit.
I always hated the race. Just win the race. Just win the race.
I mean, just throw out some spikes and jump over those spikes like the Mach 5. You can win that way.
Nah, if we're doing this the Speed Racer way, then we've got to get a gun involved.
I mean, these guys are criminals. Maybe they got guns.
And we've got to run one of them off the cliff. And then I'll go.
Here comes the Murray. He's a hippo on wheels. Why does it work so well?
Speaking of the Speed Racer theme, did you know that Stan Bush did a cover of the Speed Racer theme?
I think you told me about that, and I ended up getting it on.
I
ended up buying
I
it
probably
somewhere.
showed it to you before.
Yeah,
it was only on a like Disney workout
And it was
album.
good. Like I think he said he used the guitar to be like the revving of the engine. I think you said, right?
Yeah, he used his guitar to make the revving of the Mach 5's engine.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, I ended up buying it on Amazon Music.
And I like how he didn't try to do his usual sound with it, which is like, 80s arena synth rock kind of thing.
Yeah.
Instead, he made it sound more like surf rock.
It is so fucking good. You know what this also this race kind of reminds me of too. Now that I'm really thinking about it, those old Super Nintendo top-down race games. Like the layout reminds me of them.
Get in there and bang them back. What's your fucking language? Ah, Jesus, Sly. Sly.
I mean, yeah.
Seriously, there are children that's playing this game. Even though it's rated T for teen.
I don't see children here. Do you, here?
I said children playing this game, not children in the ring.
Oh, you know this also reminds me.
There not be any children.
You know what this makes me want to play?
There better not be any children in this stream. I'm marked at 18 plus for a reason.
Yeah, right.
You know what this reminds me of also that I want to play for a live stream? Hot Wheels Turbo Racing.
Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts.
I was gonna say Hot Wheels Super Racing. Remember, they've been doing it, but not.
Oh yeah, the one that opens with Fuel by Metallica. Give me fuel, give me fire, give me dabba dabba za.
I like how everyone that song kind of became a meme again. I forget how, but people were like, "Give me fuel, give me fire, give me." Someone made a coffee one to it, and I was like, "Oh shit."
Oh, you've been playing through Warcraft 3 with the Frozen Throne expansion. Did they relist the original Warcraft 3? If so, then I might actually pick it up.
My brother wanted me to play.
Because for the longest time, they had delisted Warcraft 3 and replaced it with Warcraft 3 Reforged, which was an objective downgrade in every way.
I remember my brother wanted me to play Warcraft with him.
Literally the only reason I had Battle.net installed past my World of Warcraft phase was because, for stupid reasons I cannot comprehend, when Crash 4 launched on PC, it was originally a Battle.net exclusive. That had an always online requirement for a game with no online multiplayer. But then once it came out on Steam, they got rid of that requirement, and no one plays the Battle.net version for that reason.
I still need to play the new Crash Bandicoot, honestly. Like, I need to also replay the old one. Not the old one, but you know what I mean, the Insane Trilogy.
Yeah. Like, it really leans on you having played Insane Trilogies, but it really leans on you having played Insane Trilogy specifically.
Yeah.
Because it makes a lot of callbacks to Insane Trilogy's visuals.
Yeah, you already know my main one was the very first one.
My main is still Warped. Still my favorite. Crash 4 is one where I'll say do not try to go for 100% completion. It's not worth it.
I saw Caddy's video.
Like, even completionists out there who like 100% everything they play say that Crash 4 is not worth the completion reward.
Alright, Night Shadow Dragon.
Just because of how much of a pain in the ass it is to play 100%. Not even 100%, because there's two completion rewards. There's 100% and then there's like 105%.
Yeah. Oh, because the original, they have the
so good night, Shadow Dragon. Okay, so...
You want me to read it so it's easier for you to drive?
Yeah.
Let's see. They say the classic. They've been playing it. The third work.
No, the next one. I've already read that.
My bad. Yes, they have reforged, but they have the original and all is 2002 glory. It was.
Good. They did what Rockstar is too cowardly to do and permanently relist the good version.
Yeah. You know what the funny thing about me is? Wait, what? I just saw that. I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah, part of the reason the race sucks is because the physics are really inconsistent.
Okay, yeah. For me personally, I wasn't a Warcraft kid. I was Guild Wars. That was kind of my game. I actually regret buying the third expansion, because you could jump to the third or the second. The second one if you wanted to, and I beat the first one all the way through, and I had a friend basically like, hey, you want to see the ending of part 3? I'm like, okay, sure. And yeah, I did enjoy it pretty much, and it was fun. I actually came up with some pretty interesting builds that I shared with the community that was well received.
The only RTS I ever really got into was Brutal Legend. I actually played the competitive multiplayer for it. It's really good. And I was like damn near undefeated back in the 360 days.
I always wanted to get into
my strategy was play as Drowning Doom, then like start off the match by summoning a whole bunch of, I think they're called Gravediggers. Basically they're basic units, and then just Zerg rush everything. Because Gravediggers are kind of a broken unit, because while they have less health than our Headbangers or the Tainted Coils basic units, you get 6 of them in one summon. So you can just wear them down through sheer numbers.
Oh wow.
I do remember nobody played Tainted Coil because they were like the difficult faction to play as, because they were all built around like buffs and debuffs and tiered summons, where like if you wanted to summon their most powerful units, you had to summon a less powerful unit first and then use it to summon your like boss monster.
Okay.
It sounds like I'm talking about Yu-Gi-Oh, but that's genuinely what the Tainted Coil play like.
I'm trying to remember the RTS I really wanted to get into. I can't remember his name that saved my life.
Way to go, Murray.
Like it was part of like one of the mainstream ones. I can't remember it. StarCraft. There we go. I wanted to play StarCraft.
StarCraft, yeah.
Yeah, I just couldn't.
I had a friend in middle school who was super into StarCraft.
Yeah, I played it over a friend. I just couldn't get into it. And like still to this day, I want to get in StarCraft, but I know why play it when I know I'm not going to be into it. Like I know it's a good game. I know it's fun with friends. But you know, you get what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
Like not every game is made for you, no matter how much you want to get into it. Or it could be the circumstances just aren't right for me. I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Well, I hate to do this, but I really need to get some sleep. I gotta be up early tomorrow, so
Wake up.
So get some sleep.
I will. But I'm gonna have to call it a night here, guys. So I apologize. But Kier,
I was getting ready to. Jesus, I forgot that the car does that.
It was behind it. At
I was
least.
about to say we're about to wrap up for the night pretty soon.
Yeah. Yeah, I have to be up by 8 so I can make sure I'm up for at least an hour for my therapy appointment.
Nah, I gotta get up at not get up at
Understandable.
5. I gotta be at the gym at 5, so I get you.
Yeah. Well, have a good night, everybody.
Night, JKR.
Have a good night, guys.
Right, we're going to save. This time I'll remember to actually transition back over here. Let's see, let's see who we're gonna raid tonight. If anyone.
What about Arikado VTuber style?
I already got raided tonight. I think we've met our quota for raiding me for the week. We're gonna raid Orange's Orange, who is, we're going to raid Orange's Orange, who is, doing a subathon. I think you guys are gonna like her, if you don't know her already. Oh, looks like she's playing WarioWare. Thank you, everyone, for joining me tonight. Thank you to the Raiders for blowing my mind at the beginning of the stream. Holy shit. I'll see you guys next time, and until then, unpleasant dreams.
Well, we're the boys who called us. We hope you like our show. We know you're rooting for us, but now we have to go.
What the heck was that? Whoa.
Who the fuck knows?